Visibility is something I talk about a lot, but I think it's easy for people to forget what that can look like just in sort of everyday settings. Sure, it can look like having an online brand, a personal brand. Sure, that's part of it. But it can also look like being the person who puts their hand up in the meeting and always asks a really thoughtful question and does that time and time again. Like that's a level of visibility I was going to say that you can't buy, but it's just reinforcing in people's minds that, oh, there's Barry again. Oh, he's always here and he's always the first one and he always asks such a thoughtful question. And I think sometimes we can jump to these really grandiose ideas of what visibility can look like, but actually sometimes it's these very simple day-to-day interactions that we're having with the people that we work with, our peers, and also the people who are senior to us as well, that can actually be pivotal. And I think sometimes that can get a bit lost in translation, perhaps.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it wasn't about dominating it was just
No.
about,
Yeah.
trying to make things happen. There's
Yeah.
another y- lesson that I learned, I would say sort of in between the raising of the hands, which was, grit and persistence. Doing what you were talking about, which is then doing the work. If you're going to raise your hand to take
Yeah.
responsibility, then it's one step in front of the other and getting the project done. And that's something that I maintained a lot. I When I got that first CEO job, my boss, the head of the organization, said to me, all those ideas that you have, Barry, and I would, throw out lots of ideas, brainstorm ideas here and then. He said, be careful what you say out loud because
Yeah.
now you've got to do them
Yeah.
and you want to be more cautious about them. And it
Mm.
wasn't so much as like, don't be creative. It was just, if you're going to brainstorm, say, hey, well, let's brainstorm and then
Yeah.
we'll decide on something and then we'll all agree, let's go do that and try it out.
Mm.
However, if you just say, hey, let's run over here and run over here and run over here,
Yeah.
that is sort of a recipe for spreading yourself too thin. But make sure that people know we're all brainstorming together and then we'll choose something. And now let's put our initiative into that topic.